What's going on, legend? But welcome back to Beyond the 90 in a different setting. I was going to go set up, and I can't lie, with the heat, I've done it before with the heat and stuff. It's a lot at the moment, so I've not been able to set up, but I don't want to get some thoughts out. The season's already started and the games are coming thick and fast. We played yesterday, as I'm recording this on a Monday. You might see this on Tuesday morning or something. Um, and I want to give you thoughts on the game. And also, there's been a lot more news, a lot more concrete news around players that are potentially leaving the club as well, which I'll get into in a second. First of all, I want to get into the game against Sheffield Wednesday. First of all, well done to them. So, to be honest, I didn't manage to watch the game. I was travelling back. Then I managed to catch up with the game today, made a few notes, and watched it in full. In terms of the starting 11, I think I was I'll be honest, a lot of the things I think I tweeted out at the time going, I'm happy with this. Yannick Vestergaard, I'd like in long term to be moved on. But I think the team spoke for itself. But this club has a really good way of bringing you back down to earth. Hey, I think a lot of us were just so excited for the season because we've not been excited in football the last year, let's be honest. For the large majority of it, we were not excited. We were bored stiffless and we knew what was coming a lot of the time. Now Marty's come in and I think he's done a great job so far, but it's still so early in his managerial time at Leicester City. We've got to give him time. Compared to that Fiorentina game, I watched the first and I was really looking forward. I was like, okay, we're going to develop, we're going to do something here. And Sheffield United, a lot of people mentioned it was like the whole game when we won the league. Club in dismay, and just before that, Sheffield United, the team, I think played really resiliently. For people that thought they were going to bend over or they were just going to lie down and be beaten, they didn't. They gave us a proper championship game, hard tackling, getting bodies on the line, fighting for life, cheating, dark arts of football. Look, we don't like it because we're on that side of things, but in general, you've got to respect it, what they did. And the fans staying in the tunnel and being clapped off, I think it was just a really good homage to football, wasn't it? About the fans staying in for 5 minutes and then coming out to a rapture of applause from everyone around the ground. It's just unbelievable that football can unite everybody because, look, this kind of, I won't say a Jamie Vardy derby, but this club he grew up with, and also there's a lot of football fans that don't want to see other clubs go under. And rivalry aside, whatever, it's so good to see the Leicester fans joining in. And I wasn't surprised that they did it, that they did, but I'm very happy at the same time that they decided to. And it's just great to see. Coming into the game, the first half brought me, as mentioned before, really back down to earth. There was poor performances by some players. Akoli, I was surprised at because he was so good, and some of the runs he made and the passing, it wasn't his game in the championship. I don't know what's happened, but there was some players where I thought, what is what we doing at times? James Justin at times looked out of place. Luke Thomas didn't make he was okay, but he could have made more of it. Oliver Skip, I do feel sorry for the dude because he tries. But even at this level, he looks out of place. And his confidence might have been hit, but credit to Marty for taking him off and bringing on Winks in his place. Samori at times just switches off. We can get away with it at this level, but he just at times he looks so good, and other times it's just like, I wonder where the shopping's gone. Oh, I'm playing football, and he just comes back. Oh, I'm supposed to be running in this position, and sometimes he looks like he's running is quite slow. I'm a bit frustrated. Again, the first half I went in, and obviously we went 1-0 down against the run of play. We were creating opportunities, and I was going, yeah, this is tough to watch. But I think back to when Enzo was here and we played against Coventry, and in that game, I'll be honest, we got away with a 2-1 win. They were great. We had a couple of opportunities, and we started with the win, but it was 3 points. in that game, we were not that great. We made sloppy decisions. And that was Enzo being brought in, I think, mid-June sometime. So we had the whole of pre-season to deal with, to get his philosophy and to get the players he wanted in, the likes of Connor Cody, Harry Winks. Hermansen was at that game as well. And bearing in mind, Hermansen's just come out. He's obviously left, and now Jakob's come in once again. So I was thinking, okay, Marty at halftime, I was like, he's got to do something. We looked at obviously the score and the fact that he made the substitution for Harry Winks at 46 minutes was the break. I think was a really good move, really proactive move, and something else that Enzo didn't do, because I'm always comparing to Enzo because there are similar styles and there's similar patterns of play, etc., and similar kind of attacking possession football. We did hound them really well. But one thing I did like, he used all 5 substitutions. Now, Enzo never used to do that. He used to make 1, 2, maybe 3 in a game. Now that we're getting to this level, we're getting these 5 subs, and we've got a stronger squad, we need to utilise it more. Keep those legs fresh, keep the pressing. And I think all the subs were pretty good, to be honest with you. Jordan Ayew, there was a load of, in my opinion, BS on social media, where there were people just melting down for the sake of melting down. We give Jordan Ayew the number 9 shirt. Yeah. There's nobody else here. I don't mind. I genuinely don't see it as a problem. It was always going to be hard. Getting rid of Jamie Vardy as the number 9, there was never going to be another person that's going to be as talented as him. Especially coming into the season where we've had 0, we had 1 Begovic transfer, that's it. So for me, you kind of had to give Jordan Ayew. You wouldn't give it Daka, because Daka's not been good enough. You want Jordan Ayew, and he. What I loved about it is that at times, I think I'll have to look when I do the analysis. I think he was dropping deeper than sometimes the midfielder. So sometimes we play with a 6, an 8, and a 10. He was dropping deeper than 10, almost sometimes as he was playing down, and Oliver Skip or Harry Winks was playing ahead of him. Now, what you have to give Ayew credit for is that last time he used to stick his bum out, fall over. He's not doing that as much now. He's trying to create opportunities. He's trying to bring others into the game. And he's providing assists. He's providing the quicker players to go ahead as well. And yeah, I thought that there was some really good. I think he's been an underrated player. I think he receives a lot of heat because I said last season he's a bench player, and I agree. For the Premiership, for this Championship, I think we can deal with him. I still think there needs to be another option. I think there could be other people, as mentioned before, that can play in that position. But it looks like him and Daka will be the 1 and 2 for now. In terms of some of the players that we have and some of the options that we've got at the moment, I mean, the substitutes that they were making, for example, Fatawu looked brilliant. Bilal looked great. We'll probably come on to him and Winks in a second. Because there's rumours of him going to Newcastle now. Kind of strong links from the likes of, John Percy. So, yeah, we'll come on to him in a second. But Bilal was running the show. I think he was running the show, yet I was still disappointed. Just because he set such high levels for himself, I don't think he truly... Even though he got 2 assists, he would have been an unbelievable game, but... I think he was dropping deep. He was good, but I know the levels that Bilal can get to. And I still think there's more to come out of this lad. He may have played his last game for us, especially with the likes of Newcastle asking round and knocking on the door. And if they meet that 30 million valuation, let's be honest, he is gone. I think he was potentially on their list. I think they've just ticked off a load. They've gone, no. Okay, we've got Bilal as a backup option. So they're going for him. I think he'll do well there if he does eventually go. But yeah, best of luck to him. Phenomenal player. And Will Alves will probably take his position. And we'll have to see, because I think playing him behind will be quite interesting to see what happens. When it comes to some of the players, again, Casey did well when he came on. Again, he's chasing and harrying, I think was good. I've said that I think he could play the false 9 position as well. Coming back, drawing, physical, winning the ball back, giving it, and then dashing for the centre position. Sometimes when he's got the ball and he's running straight at people, his shot isn't the best. He almost needs to get to that position. Somebody gives him the ball, and then he's going to put the ball in the back of the net. Who have I not mentioned? Fatawu just looked it's so nice to see him. He's just playing with so much swagger and confidence. I think he's brilliant. There's nothing really much to say. I'm glad they gave him the minutes they did. I think 78 minutes in total, but we're starting to build him in. But at the same time, I'd rather not give him the full time and start to build him consistently and get the momentum back in him, because he's going to embarrass fullbacks in this league. We just need to give him the opportunity and make sure he's not injured, because he would be a big loss for us, as we found out last season. With the likes of Mavididi, I don't think he had his best game. I think he was in and out, and we've seen this with Mavididi a bit as well. When he shines, he absolutely, like Fiorentina, some of the runs he was making against his fullback, taking him on the outside, embarrassing him, brilliant. He just needs to show it on a more consistent basis, because he didn't have a bad game. I'm not saying he had a bad game at all. His work rate was great. At times he was almost acting like a fullback as well. The way he was tucking in and running back to try and get the defensive side of the game. But I think he had a good game overall. We just know that there's more to come out of him. And sub-wise as well, there was, trying to think who else came on. Harry Winks. I mean, people have said, if you play 90 minutes, we'll give him man of the match. I would... he's up there, isn't he? Bilal and him and Fatawu would be up there with my man of the match. I couldn't give it to a specific player. I think in terms of the game changer, I think a player that changed the game, it was Harry Winks. So I probably would give it to Harry Winks, to be honest with you. Fantastic run, fantastic. The way he used to play people in, he understood that position, because normally in the Enzo system, he played as a 6. Now he's playing higher up, and he can drop back when he needs to, but then he goes, right, I've got the ball, where am I going? And it's immediately forward, immediately progressive, and it just kind of brings and he is a cut above the rest, even in the Championship, giving the ball away to in really good positions, and giving the ball to somebody out in the wings, or if he wants to hit over the top to Ayew. I think he does a brilliant job of that. He's also strongly been linked away with, I think, Valencia, and there's a couple of other teams that are interested in him as well. And this potentially is where we're starting to see some of the issues, where we'll see how many points we get, if a point structure, whatever. But if we got rid of, obviously, Madsen Manson for what looks like 15 million, which is an absolute steal for West Ham, and we've been undercut massively. So the squad numbers are thinning. Mad's phenomenal keeper. Thanks for your service, but West Ham look after him because he's a brilliant keeper. And now looks like Harry Winks might be moving on potentially. Bilal looks like that. So it was kind of Harry Winks yesterday, and then Bilal's just stepped up another level as well. So look, the squad needs to reduce in size. And even if you looked on the bench yesterday, there was no Michael Golding, no Braybrook. There was a few other players. Luco wasn't on the bench, I don't think. I think Page was on the bench, didn't get it, but there wasn't that many opportunities. I think if the squad needs a reset, there are certain players that we want to leave. The problem is, all the players that have showed quality, apart from probably Fatawu, probably going to stay because of his injury, the players that are actually going, wow. So your Winks against last game, Bilal is another one. They're the players that are going to fetch the money. And unfortunately, that means for our sake that we've got to sell our best players. Now, Marty, I think overall will be able to deal with the situation. I think he's been dealt such a bad hand by the size of the squad. He likes to work with smaller squads. He's also, there's been loads of good marketing around him as well, in terms of some things going around, getting to know the city, etc. I don't think this is just done because of publicity. I think genuinely he wants to do that. There's been pictures of him speaking with other fans at like a pub as well, which I've been really enjoying seeing. Generally catching up, wanting to know the city and the area, which I thought was really cool. But Marty is the person that I would, as I mentioned before, I would blame the least. He's been proactive. I've enjoyed watching his football. I've enjoyed watching his philosophy. I enjoy watching his celebrations. You know, when we scored the second goal, and coming on to that, obviously the other substitution, Okoli for Walt Fass, who scored the goal. So this is a situation where, before, when I was talking about Sheffield Wednesday, I went, Wednesday were in the wrong to Wednesday were in the right, sorry, and we played on with them, and it was a win-win for football. I've never agreed with the booing of a player to come on. And we all know what Fass is like. He's got an ego, hasn't he? He's got an agenda with him. And I was watching the game and hearing the boos as he come on, and it was quite loud boos, and I was like, oh no, how is this going to help us? Eventually, with our squad, we would have worn them down, Sheffield Wednesday. But there is nothing, and I understand the boos. I just disagree with it massively. When he came on, and I was like, this, how is this going to help? And I think there was chance of like Rudkin chance, etc. And there is still that kind of, even though there was positives to the game, there is an element of the crowd that still is not happy with the way the crowd's being run. And I think, unfortunately, part of that is Fass. Part of that was taken out on Fass when he came on. Because of Coley, we thought potentially Nelson would come on, but he didn't. So again, mentioned about the crowd, and again, I disagree. I wouldn't boo a Leicester player, but I understand why he was coming off, because he didn't have a very good game. Let's be honest. Fast Eric's place, I was like, what? How's that going to work? And then he comes on and he scores with good header, by the way. And then there was a celebration, and then Fass also, be honest, if you as a crowd give it, you have to take it. And Fass gives it the big urns, cups his ears, giving the shush and stuff. And also, I was like, you probably shouldn't have done that, but I 100% understand why you did. So there are some butthurt people that are very sensitive, going, oh, Fass shouldn't have done that. Should respect the fans. Well, he deserves respect the other way around. Do I want him in the squad? If we can move him on, I'd move him on. But nobody's come in for him, you know. There's no offers that we know about. But he's come on, he scored a goal, he's got us the kind of 1 point into a 3 point. I believe if we keep playing this way, we will keep generating opportunities for the team, and we will keep getting better. Defensively, there are some issues. I think James Justin was caught out a few times, but I still think, and it was interesting they gave him the captain's armband, but I looked through the squad and went, who else would you really give it to? So yeah, James Justin, crazy, I think he's like 27 or something, 26, 27 now. But yeah, so but overall, there's positive to take away. Then in a couple of games' time, already we've got Huddersfield in the cup. Just come around. This football's non-stop. So hopefully they're not going to boil in this horrible heat at the moment in the UK. And a fun fact, I'll actually be going to the Preston game. Me and Ant are going down. So you might see. So if you check out, you probably know Ant if you've been on this channel before. So check out him. We'll be in the vlog. I don't know if I'm going to do a vlog after the game or something. I'll let you know. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one. Overall, feel positive. Back the manager. I really enjoying some parts of it. Just give him time. I'm really excited to see where this goes, but I think this has brought us a bit down to earth with the kind of football we play. Anyway, hope you enjoy this little informal kind of phone video thing. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. I will be away, unfortunately, for the Huddersfield game, but I'll try and get some. I don't think I'll be able to watch that one, but I'll give you a feedback when we talk about the Preston game. Much love, people. Remember, back the club, back Marty, back the players, sack off the board. They still need to be held accountable. And I'll see you all in the next one. So goodbye.